morning. It is time to get back into the swing of taking care of the pool regularly. I think the high got to 82 degrees yesterday, so definitely need to get back into the swing of things. So I'm here at the pool to check up on some of the chemicals and to add the normal weekly stuff and kind of go over what startup should look like. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, so pretty typical. Got a bunch of leaves in the pool, but the water looks beautiful. So I'm going to check the chlorine and pH. Then I'm going to take a water sample back to the store and do a full-blown test. Okay, so the chlorine is about 0.5, which is perfect. It's less than 1, but there is some pink in there, as you can see. So that's between 0 and 1, which that kind of pink's about 0.5. And then my pH is 7.4, so you can't really ask for a better pH than that. It's looking good. I'm gonna add my regular stuff. I'm gonna add the enzyme phosphate remover, and then I'm gonna add a tablet into the feeder. So normally I do 8 ounces of CV700, but I have a sample pack of this Mighty Pods by C-Clear, and this Mighty Pod here is basically the same thing as CV700, it's just in dry format in a pod, and each pod treats 15,000 gallons. So since I have this here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. And it's a little different than the liquid because I don't have to measure it. So I'm just gonna take this pod and throw it in the deep end. Ready? Done. There it goes, the pod's breaking up and the chemicals are being released. Inside of that pod is a dried enzyme, a phosphate remover, and an added dry clarifier. So these things are actually pretty cool. Service mode. And I still have a little chunk of a tab left. But we are going to see some warmer temperatures, so I want to make sure I'm able to maintain between 0.5 and 1.0 part per million chlorine to make low chlorine work. So I'm just going to go ahead and add another tab. There we go. Drop that in. Sweet. Back into auto. Ray. So see that blue thing in there? That's the Pool RX. I put that in there about a year ago. So next week or the week after, I'm going to replace that with a brand new one to keep the minerals feeding into the pool so that I can make sure I kill bacteria and algae even when having less than 1 part per million chlorine in the pool. So everything looks pretty good with the pool. Brought a water sample back to the store and tested everything. Everything's looking real good. The stabilizer, the cyanuric acid, is at 25, but I'm not going to add any. I'm just going to see what happens this season. See if I really start to lose more chlorine more quickly without having it at 30. So we'll do a little bit of an experiment with that, but it's about time for me to put a new Pool RX unit in. My borates are properly balanced, and then probably near the end of April I'll start using the Polyquat 60 again as the water heats up. But we're looking pretty good going into the season. Pool looks great. The calcium's down from last year at 600. It's now down to 275, so everything's looking good. Scale's getting better in the pool, and the water is just absolutely beautiful. So go ahead, do yourself a favor, get a water sample from your pool, bring it to us here at the store, and let's get you set up properly for the season, because it's quickly coming upon us. Alrighty, I'll see y'all next week.